Welcome back, Bob the Vapor Computer Guy. Today we're taking a look at the Wismec Orma tank. Okay, so this is a tank by Wismec. It's called the Orma. Okay, it's kind of, it's not really one of those cup type of tanks, but it kind of looks like that. It's very big O-ring seal on the bottom. You fill it up, you go through the top. You have, what's nice about this thing is, here is your airflow. There is your fill. Very nice, because you're closing off your airflow, and then you're filling right there. All right, so I like that. It's, design is nice. I was really looking forward to this thing. But let's dive down, as we do. We'll take a look at it up close, and then I'll tell you why I don't like it. Close-up look at the Wismec Orma tank. You got your scratch and sniff. Wismec Orma website. Orma. Information on the back. You can see that between the light and that shiny silver there, but this is my first time unboxing this. I have not used this yet. There's the tank. Let's see what's in the bottom. I like to see what's in the bottom first, and then go back to the tank. So we got a coil. All right, we'll see. I don't know if I can see what that is without opening it. Well, let's just open it up. It's probably the same as what's in there. Sometimes you get two separate ones. Sometimes they're the same. This one looks like a nightmare to open, so I'm going to get the scissors. So let's see. This is a 0.25 DSNC. All right. Look at that now. They got like a separator in there holding it in place. All right, holding your cotton in place. That's ceramic, I think. I don't know. Can't see what's in there. We'll check that out. We'll find out. Like I said, I'm just opening this for the first time. You got another drip tip there. You got a couple of these O-rings that are very... Let's open that and show you. I guess that's how that tank is sealed. Look at these things. Okay. So there's some pretty good seals, not your normal little nothing seals. This is just a regular drip tip there. You got some instructions, mouthpiece, top cap, atomizer head, just showing you how to put it together. All right. That back together. Let's take a look at the actual tank now. So this is the Wismec Orma. I keep looking at the box because I forget the name of all these things that they come up with. Alright. Interesting mouthpiece there. Can you see that? It's like a half. I guess that's, they're trying to do a spit back protection kind of thing in there. Let's see, does that pop out? Let's unscrew the whole thing. Alright. Okay, so it's one of those kind of, what am I thinking of? Kind of like the Cubis, kind of like a cup. This looks like this will come out because that's one of those seals. Alright, but that's on there pretty tight. And obviously just holding it on here, I don't think you're going to be able to get it off. You got to really push in here hard or screw that onto an atomizer. Alright. Got a coil attached here. Let's get the coil out. Okay, wow, this is a weird setup. So, here's the coil. So, here's the dual coil that they have in here. And as you can see, this ring spins. So you can't just turn the whole top. This screws into here. Alright? So I was trying to hold it like this and turn it. You can't turn this. You have to hold in here and unscrew that piece right there. And that's like a free-floating little top cap that just pulls this up into it. And so you have that little plastic piece inside. I'm just going to say it's plastic for now, probably ceramic. Plastic would melt, duh. And that kind of separates it. Very weird. I gotta admit, this is a weird design. So your air is going to go down. Let's see here. Because you got no airflow on the bottom. So the only way for this to work, and again, this can go either way, but it's only going to fit on one way. So you're going to put it on there. You're going to tighten this top. You're going to put this in here. Okay. Now, that's going to be your airflow. That's going to be your fill. All right, see the little drip in there? So you're going to fill by putting it in there. This is going to be hard with the dripper, but it looks like they separate it so that, you know, if it's one slot and you start filling it up and it kind of like bubbles across the top, then you just blip, you juice right back on you. By doing it this way, if you stick your dripper in there and start filling it, that'll be the air, you know, release of the vacuum so that you can fill it up. So when you do that, when you set it like this, if you look underneath, that's open to inside the tank, if you can see in there. So your juice is just going to come into your tank. Then you switch it over to here, and that's your airflow. Okay? So then your air is going to go in here, down the center of that chimney, which is now divided in half, and it's going to come down on the coil and go right back up the other side and come out the mouthpiece. Okay? You know, if you see a lot of these tanks where there's different layers between the glass and the chimney, and the air will come down in between one of those layers and then come back around. Well, this one, it's actually going in here, going right down the center of the chimney and coming right back up the other side. So that's very interesting. All right? See if this is this mouthpiece. Oh, okay, so that mouthpiece doesn't even come off. This is just like an extension onto it, if you like that. Okay? Makes it look a little awkward, I think, but some people may not like the short piece here. We'll try it with both and see if I like it. But there you go. That's pretty much it. So we're going to try these both, and I don't know, these coils look a little weird to me, but your air is going down one side, coming out the other. If you can see that little plastic piece in there, it doesn't go all the way down. Can you see right down there in the middle? In the center, it's open, so the airflow is going to come down one side of it, hit your coil, come back up the other side. And it's interesting because that means as the air is passing through here, it's taking some of the vapor from whatever's vaporizing on this side of the coil, moving it around to the other side, and then bringing all of it up through there. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Not a bad-looking tank, a little different design. Certainly nice for fill, and then go to your airflow once you have this down tight. You fill it, and then you just turn right over to your airflow, and you're there, or you can lock it off. So we're going to vape on this. We're going to see how she is, and hopefully it's a nice tank. Hopefully she vapes good. All right, let's go back up, and through the magic of video editing, it's going to be about a week later from the time that I'm doing this, after we try it and fool around with it and let you know what I think of it. Okay, I didn't have it on, and I got some of this, I got some Hit That Juice peach fuzz in there, which I really like. So, I'm taking a sip, and it was tasting really good, but I was just getting juice that was sitting in the tank. So, I was just getting spit back, and the spit back was good because I like the juice. Let's put it back on here. I got it on here on a Live Pour 80. Not an exact color match, but it looks pretty good on there. Man, gotta get that juice out of there. I haven't used it for about a day, so it's been sitting here, and that coil has flooded quite a bit. Okay. Well, sitting here for a day, it's all flooded now. I don't know if I got it out yet. It's getting better, but I'm getting pure juice. A lot of it. So, what I don't like about it is the coils. Well, two things. I had this first coil in here, which, I gotta look at my magnifying glass here, which one it was. The first coil I popped in is what came with it. And this is the 0.25, what does it say, DS? Man, I can't see that. Alright. It was the coils that I told you that came with it when I did the up close. I had that one in there. Funky, funky taste. Right from the beginning, it didn't taste good at all. I had a certain juice in there. I forgot what it was. It was a fruity juice. And I knew what it tasted like. It didn't taste right at all. Terrible. Tried that for about a half hour, 45 minutes. Couldn't get it to get any better. Emptied it out. Emptied the tank out. Cleaned out the tank. Of course, didn't touch the coil. Put some of that peach fuzz, Hit That Juice peach fuzz in there. Tried to vape that for about another hour to get out the first kind of juice that was in there. But no matter what I did, once I got the peach fuzz taste, which I know what this stuff tastes like, it was still just funky. It just couldn't get rid of the funk. So took that one out, popped in the second coil that came with it, which I showed you in the up close. And this is, I think, the 30 to 60 watt coil. And it didn't have the funky taste, but it's not tasting like this juice tastes. It's not as good as this juice is. It's just not doing a good job at all. $55 watts right now. The taste is just not good. Sitting here since last night, about 24 hours. It had flooded terrible through that coil. Taking off that coil, by the way, if you saw in the up close how you have to hold that, you see that in there has some gnarling on it, on that part of it. You have to hold that and take it off. Let's see if I can do the whole thing now for you. And it's just horrible to get it off. All right, let's get a napkin here because this is probably going to make a mess. So I'm just pulling that out. All right. And sometimes getting this out of there, you have to use I have to use two pair of pliers. Normally you hold, make sure it's not hot, you hold the part with the gnarling, see, and then you got to just twist your coil. Oh, let's see. All right, this time I got it. See, and then you got to turn that, and then the coil comes out. So I've had it where sometimes it was just so tight because once you put it, there's threading on the bottom as well. So you put it in here, and once you get it lined up right, so that that inner, see, you got that inner piece in there, and then you got that, so it's got to go on there. Do you want to deal with this? Because I got to tell you, why would I want a tank with dealing with this? Now, you can't screw the coil in. You actually got to get the coil in and then screw the top down. That's the problem I keep trying to do, is screw the coil in. You can't. You got to get the coil in, then get the top down. Then when you take this and you insert it into the rest of the tank, all right, to make contact, this is going to screw in down there. So now when that starts to screw in, once it gets to a certain point, you're making that coil a lot tighter into that top of it. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It gets extremely tight. Now I got juice all over my hands, so I need a wipe. All right. It just doesn't work, and the coils don't taste good. That first coil was terrible. This coil didn't have that funky taste, but the taste was not good. So the Wismec Orma tank, I cannot recommend it. I'm not even going to tell you more about it. Just don't buy it. I'm sorry. I'm not enjoying it at all, and I don't think it's worth it. There's a lot better tanks out there. So there you go. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.